Okay, everybody, so in this morning's PIX Parenting Plus, graduation season is upon us, and college grads about to enter a very competitive job market.
Yeah, the unemployment rate for recent grads is nearly 6%. And here with tips on how parents can best support their children with life after college is Boston University professor and career expert Monique Kelley. So good morning to you, Monique. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Hazel. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Okay, I wasn't sure this was real. But can you tell us about this alarming trend of Gen Z job applicants who actually bring their parents along on interviews?
Oh my goodness.
This is real?
Yeah, unfortunately it is. And we are seeing almost 75% of Gen Z are bringing their parents specifically to the interview. These parents are negotiating salaries. About 50% are looking at resumes beforehand. And so what I'm really trying to do as the first and only professor for BU's College of Communications Career Readiness course is to help these students really become a little bit more independent and prepared, not just about the interview, but even how to get a job through networking, which is the #1 question that they have for me every semester.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But if we're going to be that, we can't have mommy and daddy dropping us off for the interview. But young adults are having trouble adapting to the workplace, right? So what are the most common complaints, I guess, about how parents can best prepare them for entering the workforce besides, and say, as a parent, I don't think I should come with you to the interview?
Right, yeah, and I am not a parent, but I always say it's like giving our children cough syrup instead of candy. I'd love to be able to give them a nice Reese's, pieces, but we really need to make sure that they are prepared to be able to advocate for themselves, and part of that is communication. And so another study came out and found 6 out of 10 bosses are firing Gen Z in the first few months of them starting. And so again, what they're seeing is lack of initiative. They're not able to necessarily communicate on the job. They're missing deadlines. And so this is alarming. But again, having worked with Gen Z every day, I'm finding that it's really like any other generation. They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And so if our parents are able to help them connect with people within their network, really communicate around their value, not just, hi, I need a job, but really it's about what are those unique skill sets that they are bringing to an organization and being clear on that value.
Yeah, what's interesting too is they're not very used to communicating face to face either. But how can parents though support their recent grads with job searches?
Yeah, so I think a lot of times I encourage my students to connect not just with their parents because they have connections perhaps to other people in the fields where they want to work, but even professors, guest lecturers, each other. My first job right in New York City came from a fellow college graduate at BU right beforehand. And so it's really about parents helping them to get the most out of the value of college. It's not just a degree. It's certainly not just having a strong GPA. It's making those connections.
Yeah, those
and
networks.
my book, Redefining Networking, How to Lead with Your Unique Value, has a 3-step process for that.
Okay, so what is, I guess, a realistic time frame, right, for grads finding a job in this competitive market? It is very competitive nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing 2024 graduates just get jobs. And so I find, again, if the U.S. Department of Labor is estimating 80% of jobs are found through the hidden job market and connections, we really need to help our students and children not just submit a resume through a website, but make those connections that's going to help refer our young ones into these jobs. But again, we can do all the referrals and the connections, but they really have to make sure that they've got the skills and the mindset to succeed as well.
And see, that's the thing though, with that generation though, they want immediate gratification. So in this in-between time, from them graduating to them finding that job, what would you recommend to them? And what would you say to them? Because they don't have a lot of patience to do all the networking. How do you maintain that motivation to get that first job?
Yeah, a lot of it is storytelling. I share with them that, your fellow colleague in this class right now just got her internship because she went to that guest lecturer from last week and connected with her on LinkedIn and was able to have an informational interview, and that person referred them for the job. So I think they need to see the proof. You know, this generation is very big on the reels and TikTok and, you know, really believing what they see. So let's give them those examples and those success stories so they can see this is not just for nothing. This truly works, and their peers are getting success this way through connections. Okay, there you go. We appreciate your time this morning, Monique. Good tips. Thanks so much.